Yo, checking in. It is March 2018. Time's going by. I like it, but you've always got to be checking. Are you making progress on what you want to achieve this year? The way I like to look at this is constantly thinking that every week, even though you're working towards your goals, they're actually getting further away, because with time you become distracted, other things come on the radar, you lose your focus, just things pop up, life pops up, right? It gets in the way. Life gets in the way. That's one of the key sayings that you hear. Anyone who maybe is looking back with a sense of regret about something that they didn't do and life gets in the way is often something that they blame. So I just want to give you a model to think about how to keep yourself on track. And it's a metaphor which I often think about, and then I try and check in at least once a week. And it does seem like I'm planning a lot, but obviously I'm carving out time to execute and get things done and move the dial forward. But the planning piece is so important, because if you're not headed in the right direction, and this is really tough to do when you're young because you don't necessarily know what the right direction is. I'll tell you what it is. It's forward in some sort of direction, trying stuff, tasting, learning, just trying to do stuff, and then finding out whether you like it or not, whether you can make progress, how to make progress by just trial and error. Obviously, the exam coach stuff I do tries to cut it out for exams, because it doesn't make sense, right? So many students have done exams before everybody else. Surely there's the best way of doing it, and surely you just copy that, save yourself a hell of a lot of time and stress, and then you're in the mix, right? You're rolling. So the analogy I like to use, or the metaphor I should say, is, it's a classic one. It's the one of the ship where you're driving this ship. You've got a destination in mind. You're the captain, of course. You're calling the shots, and you're above deck, and you're steering the ship. You're going in a certain direction. And you've got to keep your head up, because you've got to look where you're going in the short term, right? You got to, because that's your job as a captain, just in case there's other ships, rocks, short-term obstacles in the immediate vicinity that you've got to dodge, avoid, etc. See that as the week-to-week stuff, right? That's the week-to-week plays that you're making. And then on the flip side, you've got to look down at your compass occasionally, which is telling you, the overarching general direction you're headed. Your compass is giving you that info. So really, you just have to make sure you're checking in with your compass, your big kind of overarching direction regularly, but then also keeping your head up. And if you can see it as those two things, the week to week is, again, you're just kind of steering the boat through the day-to-day stuff, and the compass is the overarching, where the hell am I going? And you make sure that, if you're going to be going north and you're going north-northeast, you bring it back to north. You bring it back on track. And what you don't want to happen is leave it too long and you actually start heading east when you're meant to be heading north, and you got to bring it back a mile. You got to bring it back, or you start, worst case scenario, of course, you're heading south and you're meant to be going north. And then what happens is that takes time to bring back round. It takes time to flip the ship, get back on course, make up lost ground. So the best way to do it is just check in regularly, regular check-ins, often, weekly, and just check that overarching direction is on point. So I hope that helps. I'm going to head in now. Just walking in, actually. Again, I've got one of the most fancy studios in the world here. Shoreditch High Street / City Road. There's a bit of ambient sound, but we deal with it. Anyway, have a cracker. Enjoy.